Welcome back to my channel, Verneda Adele, tapping in your anti-racist executive producer. And we are always in this space to ensure that we as emerging event professionals, as C-suite fundraising professionals, have the opportunity to thrive. Tonight, we are going to be talking about a topic that I'm actually really excited about. I was just talking to a fellow colleague, event professional, about this very thing, which is that on-site execution, particularly if you are traveling to produce your event, make your on-site execution seamless. Okay, so this is a production by Human Intonation. My name is Verneda Adele. I am super excited. I have been producing events for over 20 years. I am an award-nominated event production company that has built a multiple six-figure business all by word of mouth. And if you have a vision to go independent in your event production work, you definitely can do that. And here is the space where you can get support, tips, and tricks of the trade to be able to go out on your own and to thrive. So tonight we're talking about make your on-site execution seamless. So whether you are, say, based in a major market like New York or LA, Houston, Atlanta, and you are traveling, perhaps you either have a client, like one of our previous clients, shout out to the GLAAD Media Awards. They are in progress right now. When GLAAD was one of our clients, there was both the New York office, there was a New York GLAAD Awards, and there was the LA GLAAD Awards, and there was the San Francisco Awards. So having one client that is multi-city is one way that could happen. Or if you're on site with a company that has events across the city, or you could also have just multiple clients in different cities. So we've had clients in New York, Atlanta, LA, London, and wherever you go, you want to take steps to make your on-site execution easier. And this actually even came up last year. I had a client where I was based in New York. The event was in New York, but the client was actually based in Texas, and the team was scattered throughout the nation. And so they were very much trying to have a seamless event without having necessarily eyes and ears on the ground well in advance of the event. And so we're going to talk about a few of these different scenarios, how to make your event production on site seamless when you have the factor of travel and being in different locations. So first scenario number one, let's say you have one client and there is, or you're working with an organization that has multiple events in multiple different cities. In all cases, wherever your event is, if you are going to be the one traveling as the executive producer, your on the ground team has to be tight. Make sure that you give plenty and ample time for identifying vendors and for identifying who are going to be those key team players when you are on the ground. That is going to be imperative. We have to have an amazing team that is essentially your advanced team. Who are the people that you can count on to inform you of any challenges, of what things are going well, that you can tap in? And of course, you want to make sure that you're having an adequate number of site visits to the location so that you have established yourself as the executive producer, as the producing team, and working with those vendors, those venues, and that you have established a positive workflow. Those are those are like non-negotiables. A really great team. Make sure you have enough site visit, and of course, planning. But then you could also you could be an independent producer and say that you have clients in various cities. Some of the same principles definitely apply. You still need that really strong team. You still need to have that advance on the ground planning. But in this case, I often find that if you are going to be traveling and your client is on location, there may be more opportunity to lean into their team and their expertise for that area. So you want to just be in constant communication with your client in order to make that project easier. And you also want to negotiate with your clients the things that you're going to need to make sure that your job, your on-site execution is seamless. Things to think about in your negotiation for your contract. You need to think about travel fees. You need to think about accommodation. Do you need car rental? Do you need truck rental? Do you need an SUV? How much are you going to be the person that's actually transporting items? Do you have an on-the-ground team that's transporting and delivering everything? But more often than not, when you are coming in on-site execution, make sure you have proper on-the-ground transportation. You won't have your own personal vehicle. It is not always advantageous just to rely on, or even practical, to say you're just going to rely on taxis. Make sure that you have put adequate on-the-ground transportation planning in place so that you can move around. And what was even great, we did a wedding, 500 people, 7 events in 4 days down south. And 2 years ago, in order to make sure that we can move around this resort, we actually worked with their on-site team to ensure that our team knew how to use the golf carts, knew all of the back roads, knew all of the ways to maneuver around the resort so that we were not relying on the on-the-ground staff to transport us back and forth between the various venues, even on site at that resort. So your transportation plan is absolutely key. And you never know. You get an opportunity to just drive something different, have some fun. You know, if you are a driver like I'm a driver, I always take those opportunities just to have a little step outside of the box from your everyday driving, which you get to travel, rent something cool and get the job done. But that whatever it is that is your transportation plan, that is going to be key to your on the ground success and making it easier. One other thing to think about is food plans. So just like on any other production on the day of, where you want to make sure that you have food on site so you don't have team members leaving here, leaving there, and you lose people. Make sure you have an adequate food plan, particularly if you are traveling, to make sure that food is being delivered, you don't lose team members, and to cut down on the amount of moving around that you have to do. The more that you can stay succinct and tight to the area where you're actually executing, the easier and the more seamless your on the ground execution will be. And last, make sure you roadmap this. Make sure you roadmap your deliveries, your planning, the running around that you have to do. Be thoughtful about where your accommodations are. Try to make your hotel, your Airbnb, whatever the accommodations are for the team, that they are as close to the site as possible. You want to avoid being even 20 or 30 minutes away. If you can be 5 to 10 minutes away from that venue, that is going to make the on-site execution more seamless. And so I absolutely love, I think we all get really excited. If you are a producer and you have been planning and you have been traveling and now the hour is upon you, we all get really excited when it's on the ground and it is go time. Make sure you have the right team in place. Make sure you have planned for those vendor meetings. And then when you get on site, last but not least, more often than not, when you are traveling, you have had lots of team meetings, maybe they're virtual, and you've met with different vendors individually. It is imperative for your on-site execution to be seamless at some point before that execution day, execution weekend, that you bring everyone together. There must be a master primary team meeting, all hands on deck. At this point, you're talking venue, vendors, catering, design, security, any other administrative staff, on-site production, AV, run of show, every single one who has a key role in making that on-site event execution must come together. Make sure you have that team meeting. Make sure that everyone is on the same page. Be more than willing to answer questions. And again, of course, have fun. So this is Verneda Adele. We are talking today about make your on-site execution seamless. I am the creator of Production by Human Intonation. If you would like to learn more about ways that our company can help make your events come to life, if you are looking for more ways to build your business in events, make sure you tap in. I'm at Verneda Adele on all social channels. You can also check us at info@humanintonation.com. Make sure you back with us next Wednesday where we drop our next video. It's always exciting to be with you all. We love this work. Now let the world know how you'll use your hot sauce today.